Hello and welcome to another episode of HNL Podcast. It's been a while since we've done this, but it feels really amazing to be back. And of course, I'm not doing this alone. I'm the L in HNL, but here's the H.
Heazy.
And here's the L.
Nduey.
How the N.
Nduey Escobar. Let's go.
It's not do anymore, it's Nduey.
Nduey. Please add that EY at the end. So yeah, it was Freedom Day, not so long ago. And you know, we are not facing the same struggles, that's for sure, but we definitely are facing struggles. I wanted to know, how free do you feel at the moment in the country as part of this generation? Do you feel free?
Nope. I don't feel free. You know,
what's wrong?
I feel like I'll feel free when we all get equal opportunities. Like the
Yeah.
other race. So now, in order for me to get rich, oh man, I gotta do illegal stuff. I gotta sell drugs, you know. I gotta rob people, you know. So I'm not free, you know. And at the same time, not all of us are the same privilege, you know. We're still the less privileged.
True.
Within our race, so we're still far from free, you know. I mean, I can go on and on, you know. We're not treated the same when you go to banks and ask for loans, for example, you know. So, kuning. So in the sense, I know my people are not free, you know. We have those small benefits, I'd say, but out of 50 benefits, only have probably like 15. I'm just putting out a number out there.
Yeah, but we're still at a disadvantage.
Yeah, we still have a long way to go, you know. So yeah, at the same time, I feel like our own people as well, they're also hindering us, you know, because of, you know, corruption, all this stuff, you know. You have people in high places, but they're still looking out for us, as a majority. So again, we are not free. That's just me.
Do you feel free?
I don't feel free at all, actually. Here's my analogy where freedom is concerned. Because my thing is, like, freedom was for the non-whites in South Africa. But if you look at, like, the pyramid of where things are right now as a country, you can easily put the white people at the top.
Still.
And then it's obviously the Indians. And then you have the coloureds, and then it's us, the black people. Where else, like when there was apartheid back in the years in South Africa, we were the people who were mostly oppressed by white supremacy. And I look around now and I say, okay, fine, you gave us freedom in 1994, but like, where did that put us, you know? And someone is going to say, but now at least you can go to the beach. You have an opportunity to go to school. You can literally buy a house anywhere you want, you know.
While you're paying a higher interest rate, but anyway.
You know, but anyway, you can go to university. You can go to school with white kids. I'm like, okay, cool, that's fine. You know, that's okay. If that's your definition of freedom, then that's fine. I hand it to you. You are allowed to say such things. But I mean, if you are going to give me a chocolate bar, right? And then you say, Nanku chocolate, enjoy it. But you tell me, Guti, I must have half of it, not all of it. That's not being fair, because now enjoy your half. What about the other half? Why can't I finish it? So that's the thing with me when it comes to like freedom. I feel like we are given half of a freedom. You know, you look at the kids now. Whenever the kids are striking because education is still a thing where you need to be within a certain bracket where money is concerned for you to afford education. If you want to go to a proper school, then it means that you need to come from a certain family, because you look at our schools and then you compare to other schools in the suburbs, you can see okay, and it's been 20 plus years in this freedom. But like how Ndu was saying now, if you loan, it's still a problem. You know, if you are black, it's easy for the bank to give you a loan for a car, but if you're asking for a loan for a business, then it becomes a major problem. Fine, we can afford to stay in the suburbs, but we're still paying more rates as opposed to the other races and so on. So ngiyayibua nje ukuthi freedom uthi okay fine siyavota kuthiwa sine freedom si free, but then again what is it doing for us?
It's really not doing.
Isenzelani yabo?
Yeah.
Like mina fethu even nge freedom day, like angisibonanga isidingo for me to celebrate. You know, angisibona for me to celebrate because at my age, like when I compare Steve, who's my age, who's definitely working less than I am, but is earning way more and is far ahead of me. Yeah. But we both still putting the same work. You know, when we knock on doors for opportunities, I don't get the same opportunities as he does.
Yeah, when I feel like you took it far, Joe. Steve, you're putting the trick. We send it to 30,000 a month.
Exactly.
Yeah, but obviously do the parents' company or whatever. Yeah, but so.
Yes.
So you look at Steve and you look at Heazy. Same age. He's probably working 2 times double, whatever you want to call it. Then Steve. However, Steve is far ahead of me. You know? And you ask yourself, where's the fairness in this?
Yeah, but so Steve, but they've had like a 400-year head start compared to Tina or Dak. Yeah, so they'll always be ahead. That's the sad part about it. Yeah, but so. But at the same time, my access will complain about fair too.
I don't think it's us complaining, but I just feel like it's us realizing yes, the reality of everything.
No, yes, of course. But I'm saying now it's okay now. I feel like now we're in a better place compared to Bazal bets and stuff. So I feel like generation here too right now.
You might say we are at a better place. Like I was telling you the analogy about chocolate. It's because you are giving half of the chocolate bar.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
That's why you feel like you're in a better place.
No, but hear me out.
You're still tasting the chocolate, but it's not all of it.
No, but I'm saying okay, like we're at a better place compared to Bazal bets. Yeah, but tonight point my police much. No cops are slapping us up and down for working at night.
No,
really,
but you
really
no.
Right, with the
no, but guys, what I'm saying, what I'm saying is, guys, now.
No, but to support my point.
No, but I'm saying is now we're at a better place where we can create opportunities for ourselves compared to back then.
But how far can those opportunities take us?
Yeah, but now you can't measure, guys. There's black.
Why can't we measure?
But I'm saying also there's black successful people right now who are doing things. Yeah, but so I feel like it's okay. Nati at the same time. Like I'm in a person. I don't believe in holding a grudge. We're talking. Oh no, we're oppressed back in the day, and so now it's hard to do stuff. I mean, guys. Yes, I mean it's learned to lay. I'm saying it has scarred us in a way, but guys, time is moving now. But fair to and we can't keep feeling sorry for ourselves all the time. That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
I don't think it's us feeling sorry for ourselves.
Sorry, we just want a leveled playing field.
No, of course. That's what I'm saying. With you guys, the only way we'll get there is if we help each other. So I'm saying, going back to what I'm saying, it's okay. You have people at high places who are not looking out for us and they people.
Oh, and they will never.
Exactly.
I think people have been hungry for so long.
But also the thing is, like, even the people that are in higher places, Guabona, for them to get a signature, where does it come from? Because those people are also controlled. You'd find if you get like, for instance, if you get a job at Unilever and you have a position where you are being called a director, yes, you might think that you are a director, but there's someone above you. So you might get there and you feel like, you know what, I need to change the whole mindset here.
I disagree.
I think I need to start bringing in more black people. Also, Figu Joseph, because Joseph is still the guy who's controlling everything here, who's going to give you the final signature for you to go ahead.
Guys.
Fine, you're the director, your door has director. Even where you park, director. You are that person.
Let's look at municipality alone. People buy Kashana, guys. So you can't tell me it's okay, those people are getting controlled. No, they're not. You won't ever pay it, man. Yeah, but to a point where it's okay. They were like, I know, Lu and Nduey, or please make things happen. Lu and Nduey, like, okay, no, cool. Let's bring the CV, we'll make things happen. Kufugu from outside, Lu and Nduey, oh, Lu and Nduey, nice CV. Or actually, Munta submit CV, Lu and Nduey, it's a post there. Go buy and look for own people. That's how it is nowadays, guys. It's all about who you know. And how not connected you are. So to say what's okay.
I don't blame.
To say what's there's a director that's pulling strings. No, there's no director that's pulling strings. You have the power. What is all taki no boy on our pants. Yeah, but we want to be the top dog. No. But now there's a mentality that's okay. Like we want to be the top dogs now. Yeah, but I always want to have an ice boy. I'm full of elevate. I'm full of being a pants one. That's the mentality we thought. Let's be honest, guys.
But do you not
because
think...
we've been hungry for so long.
Yes.
We've been
But that's
made
an
to
excuse,
believe
though.
that
But
there's
do you not think that it's
we've
created
been
by the
made
system?
to believe, exactly.
There we go.
Ukuthi there's
But
not
do you not
enough
think
for
that it's created
everyone.
by the system?
Okay, but when are we changing it? But when do we change the mentality? Who's going to change it?
You know, that day, we can sit at a table like this, and we know, even the guys, the camera crew guys, and we know, Guti, we are all eating enough. That is going to be the day where we don't see a need to backstab each other.
But my question is also, okay, guys, like now.
But it's because we are very much aware. So if it's like if you get ulaini to faka abantu espanini, obviously you're not going to think of udlamini ongamazi. You are going to start thinking about the people that are next to you.
And there we go. Yeah, I just feel like it's all dark. Siyakwazi ubamba 5 endaweni siphuze endaweni kwashaya cimbe mnandi.
When it comes to
Tell
giving each other
oh
opportunities.
dog, ngifake. Hayi mfethu khuleka the whole year. Umtshana lutho khuleka. Guys, the change we won't get it from the other people. It starts with us. That's the truth. So we can say, like, oh no, but the system programmed us this way. When are we changing that though? When are we changing that whole thing?
We want to change it.
But why? What's stopping us?
It's not that easy.
What's stopping us is the fact that even if you are in certain spaces, they'll make you feel like, oh, dude, you're my favorite. And there's this nice position, and I think you're the right guy for it. Next thing, you're out here backstabbing Heazy because you know very well there can only be one person at the top there, and you don't even want him to be considered for the same position because so big away.
So you know why? Jealousy and greed.
It's not necessarily jealousy.
What is it then?
Okay, I think
what is it then?
It's because Vele back then there was not enough space for all black people to occupy managerial positions or good spaces. So that on its own has made people to believe that there's definitely not enough of the pie for all of us to share. It's either I take as much of the pie as I can, or I'll just leave the rest of it for my bosses, but I'm not going to bring somebody up because bazo compita nam, and we can't stand to have that.
No,
and not just to echo.
See, there we go.
No, but just to
there
echo,
we go.
And to echo what Leanne is saying, someone comes to you right now and gives you 200K and says, I am looking for abantu abakanje nakanje. You, as a friend of mine, I expect if you get that opportunity, you don't look further, you look here, right? Because should I find out you got someone else to MC a gig when you know me, then it becomes a problem. Then I come to you and say, my G, how do you get an opportunity where you know you can use me, but you decided to use someone else? And in all fairness, you probably thought, I need this type of person for this thing, and you say, doesn't fit here. But I will still feel some type of way.
And I get you. But I won't lie, sometimes when I look at a situation, I see what's okay, we'll see Ukraine, he's just struggling. Like, he's getting sufficient gigs to maintain whatever. And then guys, when to call them to that struggling or needs that 1 foot in the door, I'll go to a person and they need that breakthrough. Yeah, but you already maintaining. So why should I look out for you? Yes, my friend, sure. But so why should I look at you when I know it's okay? Already you're driving in Luku's AMG 45. But I must still put more money in your pocket when I know it's someone struggling. It doesn't make sense to me. I'm sorry. Yes, my friend, yeah, sure. Yeah, but me call them they're struggling and they've been pestering me, it's okay. No good. Come on, guys. Again, going back, it's greed now.
I don't necessarily think it's...
No, but I was watching a documentary where it was white people giving their opinion on how free the blacks now are in the country, and they had a lot to say. They said we are very free, we are driving cars, we are living our best lives and all of that. And they were
let it be known.
Okay, sure, even if it's school, the fact it's okay, that's black students. Abani omzali. Back in the day, yeah, but it didn't come easy. Like it came easy for them, so they can't say we're free. You're supposed to drive in cars. A car, a liability. Intimate pume garage, 10,000 con. Come on, guys. Come on.
We're not owning. We are owing.
Exactly.
We're owing, yeah. But he was coming from the perspective of Utinje. Now they're at a disadvantage. The whole documentary was shot in the slums of white people, which was the first time I was seeing it in my life because but it's normally black people, So when you see white people there, you're like, what's going on? Are they here by choice? What is this? And he was saying, there are no more opportunities for them as white people because everything is now being given to the blacks. And, you know, it was just, I feel like in all races, there's always a big gap between the people who are eating the money and people who don't have the money in all races. But we still are at a disadvantage as black people when it comes to leveling out the playing field. But anyway, as Pumelabo. So, gentlemen, you had mentioned something about vulnerability when it comes to men. What about it? You said vulnerability.
It's a trap.
It's a trap. I feel like you guys use it to trap.
No.
But I'll let you guys.
We don't.
You know what I feel? I feel like vulnerability in men is so rare that they have started using it as something to play mind games, in all honesty. I feel like the only time men are vulnerable, because it's so rare, umuntu will cheat on you and do the worst. And then they know very well, but if one tear comes, because you're like, in our entire relationship, and then you go back. And that's why I feel like men's vulnerability is used mostly in those toxic setups, where they always mess up, they fuck up, and then they cry, and then they remind you, but on a day-to-day basis, he's out here being a complete dick.
But that's not being vulnerable, though. We're so proud of it. I'm acting now.
But that's the thing, vulnerability is so rare. When women see vulnerability, they think that's what it is. It's just mind games. Then people stay in toxic setups because I've never seen him like this.
But
vulnerability is very rare.
But how did you come to the conclusion that it's mind games? What if I'm really crying?
But why did you have to fuck up and have me want to leave you for you to tell me about your past and all the things that make you vulnerable?
After fucking up that you fucked up.
But why were you never vulnerable? You knew your background, you knew your upbringing, you knew all your flaws, you knew all the things that would discredit you or put you at a but you never did tap into those until Shuba Segu be saying it to me. Actually, you know what?
But sometimes, Rihanna, those situations can actually drive you to fuck up.
Yababon? Yababon? No. No. When not every time you need to.
But then you guys say men shouldn't cry, men should be strong.
No, I don't get it when you say that in 2021.
But they do though. But they do. Men are not allowed to be weak. A man must have a plan all the time.
No, that's a very dangerous statement.
That's what I'm saying, Jay. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, but so now it puts pressure on us. That's how you can't be vulnerable. Because when you guys see weakness already in jail, that man is a failure of some sort.
That's not true.
That's
vulnerability
the
is not weakness, especially in the right spaces. Don't be vulnerable. But
why are there spaces where you can be vulnerable and there are spaces where you can't?
Exactly.
Because you're using them to your advantage. If you're going to wait for things to be bad in order for you to be vulnerable.
How do we wait for things to be bad? No, we're not though. But let's look, guys. You reach a threshold where we're able to can't take anymore and I break down.
The one lady in the room is shaking her head
and it's crazy how you use you say it in your relationship with Pell. Yeah, but guys can be vulnerable in many situations.
And I feel like abantu they sometimes say things and they don't realize how we receive them and how they get to us. A man must have a plan.
Yeah, boy.
We're both black and we both understand our background.
We just spoke about this earlier.
We both understand our background. So why now must I all of a sudden have a plan?
MJ 27.
Why am I being compared to someone who had better opportunities, who had a better upbringing?
I have to have a house management at the age of 30.
So now this thing drives me into doing things way out of my way for me to be able to provide. Someone wrote, Uguti, why is the conversation around men providing is such a thing for men, And this guy responded and said, because as a man, being not able to provide is actually something that gets to us. That's how we are wired. We know, Uguti, if you and your girlfriend could be a university, right, doing second year. Both of you guys, you live at Reyes, Nipilango NSFAS. But she could literally walk out and find some guy who's probably a BE somewhere.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And be sorted and be well. But nakona puti, let's scratch that. that scenario, that setup.
You put it up there. We're going back to it.
You both are dating and you both in uni, and both of you guys are literally surviving on NSFAS. But she still expects you when you get to a dinner table for you to pay for the bill.
Okay. Here's a scenario as well. You get a guy, who pays his rent, buys groceries, and pays for his car. So all that done, that man is I won't say broke, but
left with next to nothing.
It's exhausted his finances. Yeah, boy.
He's out.
So I say lo luxury le yabo of going out for dates. Kwashwa cima. Mase kubo khona ugayi, mase khona ugayi ukwazi ukuthi okay, I cook rent, pay for the car and pay for what he needs to pay for and still have the luxury of having spare money to do things afterwards. But you see the guy that doesn't have the luxury of doing things afterwards, to some ladies, it's still not good enough. And it's like, but guys, that man, I believe, when you paid your rent, bought groceries, paid your bills, all the stuff, and you exhausted your funds, you're not broke. Because you've done what you need to do. You're maintaining. But for some ladies, it's still not enough. A warm house, there's food, and Netflix, there's TV, internet, everything. But the fact it's okay, that guy can't take her on a date on a Saturday.
No.
It's not about us. You're just saying it's okay.
But why would you chola with umuntu? Because they can see what you're going through. They can see that you.
Because abantu bayizinja la eminyango, that's why. Babuka ama standards lapha ngaphandle mbele okay, into siyifunana. Uthola ukuthi lo muntu, the same person loyal that's complaining so much, ufika nethawe ne-under kuphela kagayi.
And yazi ukuthi lento ihamba besithi classism. Ifika lapho,
Yeah.
Because mina ngumjita and ngiyasikhona. But I'm seeing this really nice lady and I want to approach her. But now for me to even get a number yakhe, then I must show up, financially. But I can't because I'm still building. And right now, there's the number of abantu black women that really don't understand guys who are still building is growing rapidly.
It is.
Day in, day out, it's almost like, I'm sorry to use this term, but like, I low we 10, low we 5.
Is that financial? What's it?
No,
not in terms of look.
Like, in terms of looks.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Sometimes you hear things like, but my guy, like, what were you thinking? She's a 10. What do you have? Classism. But why can't we just look at each other, as humans?
Because lava bazokubuka as humans awubafudi ufuna loyana
qinisile futhi lapho yabona ke lapho I'll back you kuthi okay as much as guys so complain about women sifuna i10 yona 10 le when ifana nomlomo nesiso.
Exactly. Because they are so used. I've actually come to realize the fact that there are women who are so entitled. A friend of mine was asking out this girl the other day, and she said, fine, if you want to be with me, you have to be willing to pay my rent, pay installment sami, and get me a phone.
Imagine.
That's an easy 12K a month. This is before they've even exchanged numbers, before anything has even
happened.
If when as the out, you're going to find somebody, and I love the fact that these women that don't understand a man that's building, they're very outspoken. But I don't want somebody who's building. Ngifuna umuntu established, ngifuna umuntu there. But nina force thinking I am. Since I my loans just to take somebody on a weekend away
that's
because
true.
That's
very
true. I'm not going to apologize for the taste that men have.
Wants what it wants.
Oh, inhliziyo yakhe ifuna
hayi dakiwe inhliziyo kumenza njalo. No, mina I won't land but guys mina sibe ne first balance. I won't lie.
It means you must lower your standards.
No, you're not lowering your standards.
What are you doing?
You're just saying it's okay. Nothing ngiyifunayo. Kodwa uma okay, it doesn't work out for me, then it's fine. On to the next one, type of thing.
Exactly. You choose what you want. Because this is why
it's a choice.
Grow to be so
but what if my choice?
Men grow up.
Okay, what if your choice is a 10?
Yes. Then do the things that you need to do to
okay, that's fine. But don't cry crocodile tears. I-10 mesilinyisa kodwa.
Isikubhayitha isithole
esefuna into back 3,000 eLouis Vuitton uzonyaphi. Yabonto le. Yabo. So ngabe uyifakile bra. Ngeke usukela uthela ubonza lo muntu lo vele la. Imedula nje don't diesel. Yabo. Yena kuyena kuduma uLouis Vuitton, Spaces, going out. I won't go into them.
Spaces.
Simple Instagram. And guys, I'm not saying all 10s do this. I'm not clapping a stereotype or no. But I'm just saying okay.
The majority of 10s.
Yeah, but I'm just saying it's okay. I keep balance. Yeah, but where you get like a lady in your okay, I also only 10, but more naturally beautiful. Yeah, but for some niggas it's never enough. Nobody.
I just wish we could get to a point where maybe I'm way ahead of myself. Like where we get to a point where we don't get to a point where chronic classism and we are basically putting pressure on us, knowing exactly where we come from as black people. You know?
Yeah.
Because sometimes you do come across a decent person.
Of course.
But it's just that it might take a year or two for them to come together. But now, if women could just tone it down a little bit, fine, I get to go to when that's what you want for yourself. But if you can stop just putting pressure, being more vocal about it, writing more about it on social media spaces, because you never know who's going to read what you're saying and what is that going to do to the next person. Because this is why we might be seeing a rise on crime. Because amachita manje asale pressure ukuthi kuna machita right now abehola ngacabanga ukucabanga ekhaya kubo ucabanga 10.
But that's that. Yeah, but I honestly feel like the more we, I've got so much to say because also this is how you find grown men, people that finally feel like they're established and that they have the money to go for the woman that they want, to go for their 10s. In their 40s.
There we go.
And they're out here running after girls in their 20s because they want the whole time university, in high school, in Gupi while I was still building or getting to that level where I can be considered their kind. Why are they just not moving on? You never could afford them then. Get a woman in her 40s who's at that level. Because you both worked hard.
And you don't shama out, you know, when we're growing up. And it's weird when you're growing up, especially varsity. On my board, I ain't rough. I ain't rough. You want to get college, you want to start res. Yeah, but we start two noodles. Peeling out. Yeah, but
Buddhas.
If you Buddha, hey, if you Buddha in 28 to 30, but Buddha, but when you're 21, about if you Buddha, but figure no pizza, la payana, bonds, about the motor is rough. The motor cool and child is rough. Yeah, but so I think how much the money, sorry, how much the money. Asabamba lo nto yabona nami sengikhule nami ngizobuyela nami ngizogcwalisela that type of thing. Oh, nami I want to live the life as well. Nothing was wrong, man. I won't lie, guys. There is nothing wrong with the out if we need 10. But I believe I want to let 10, bro, each at a young age. Yabo your 20s. Yabo. Because at some point you have to grow up. Now I need to stop building a home or a career for myself. Yeah, so you need to pick wisely, pick a decent partner wise, okay, so build that. Yeah, I'm not saying you can't build with the 10, but I mean, you know,
I just feel like we shouldn't go to the same social spaces. I think there should be age restriction everywhere. Like if you want to go to views from 19 to 25, because now you had views. Now there's this 45-year-old, 50-year-old who looks young, yes, because he dresses nicely, smells nicely, and has got a big bank account, but now he's out here, dog. You're fighting with someone who's 45, but nobody cares about that because, I mean, many Lanonke, you guys are equals.
Yeah.
So I think there should be age, like, there must be age restrictions everywhere. Like, if we're out at views, you know you're dealing with 1925s. If you're at rate 45 to date, you know, you understand what's okay now. You're playing with ballers because I don't understand. Like, if you're 45 to 50, what are you doing here? Why aren't you somewhere with Prentice Motep? People who are your age. Go play there in that field and let's see.
However, no. However,
let's see.
No. However, now the same 10s now. I'm not 10 now. Now, but they talk with these old men. It's like quarter now, look.
Because they want soft life.
There we go, yeah, bo. Some sense, guys. I mean, there's that one Ujahi 10, yeah, bo. Ujahi 10, yeah, bo. But
you'll never win if you don't have money.
It's fine, but what I'm saying is, at some point,
you guys want to see me.
Okay, it's fine, but what I'm saying is, guys, at some point, melu ukule and look beyond just dating a 10. At some point, melu ukule ngomqondo. Yeah, bo. So that's all I'm saying.
Totally.
You can't keep chasing 10s at your early 40s. I saw the police youth man. See my shit in yeah, bro. Come on, guys. I mean, it's cool as I'm out.
But at your early 40s, that's where you can actually afford them.
That's when you can actually afford them.
And so I'm
But if
saying
you
it's
can't
okay.
afford them-
Again, guys, me look cool. Guys, you're at varsity about the whole time. There are a lot of girls there, you know. And I mean, come on. Between the ages of 23 to 35, bones and soccer cats. Also, 10 man. You know. And guys, let's be honest. Not all 10s are money driven. Not all 10s are money driven.
Hey.
Not all 10s are money driven.
Hey, oh, Heazy,
Wonka.
put it through the bowl.
Wonka.
I dog.
Wonka.
Hey.
His tea.
I'm a 10.
I'm 10. So tell by Isaiah first.
I don't argue. You are wrong by saying so. You are wrong. That's a wrong statement.
No, I'm wrong.
You can't say oh by Isaiah.
When I saw by Isaiah, I mean, that's not accustomed to that life. I asked don't feel as yet.
So you're by Isaiah.
Yeah. But I found in peel. What's okay? It came 700 type of thing. Everyone sure. Yeah, but man, in the
why not only interest as opposed to
okay, I retracted. Long and not interested. Sure. Yeah, but man, you can't
interested in your life because you won't be in those spaces that you guys normally go to. I get to where you're finding these terms in these.
Let's just be honest, bro. Like the spaces we live in, where the fuck would you come across a 10 that is not money driven?
Ngisasho manje mina ukuthi akhona okwazi kwalawula yabo ukuthi okay yabo I'm this guy nganje take it or leave it uzokuyena mase bekhona lo uthola Ezra Mnyandori ingwenya yakudala athi hayi mina kanje angisibhayike mina khuluma imali kumina fuck off yabo so bakhona bathi aba right abakwazi ukureason it's okay yazi let me see what this guy's about yabo and then if and back need benefit of the doubt and ngibona ukuthi okay that's not for me. Then she bows out.
She's definitely an 8, bro.
You see, you are saying it now on the podcast. I hope all the 10s are watching and that they never try to become an 8.
Well, I'm sorry, guys. We can't be chasing 10s. We can't be chasing 10s all our lives.
If a 10 has Instagram and more than 10K followers, stay the fuck away. Stay the fuck away.
Yeah, but man, it's not stereotype, guys.
No, but honestly, because that person lives for content.
Hey.
And if you can't randomly lunch at Oyster Box,
you're sabotage.
Yeah.
I was the one. But that's fine. I'm not about that so it's whatever.
Come through.
You had mentioned something about Durban spaces. Is Durban not having enough groove spaces in Dabushundalo?
I go show me. I'm abantu and Durban is so boring. We don't have enough options, and it's just like, hey, I mean, guys, me views, happy. Mengse rich happy. Mengse azang happy. Mengse live happy. Mengse Times Square happy. Mengse Amsterdam happy. So angazi abantu bafunani eThekwini honestly I don't know. Or mhlawumbe bafike baye eGoli and they come back and they project things ezenziwe eGoli then bring them this side and then be like oh no yazi hey Durban actually I realized Durban is boring. Yabo then okay then I'm back eGoli you know. Maybe more fun because I won't like guys. Like how many options do we need? How many options do we need?
I was in Johannesburg last weekend, and I went to a place called Doppio in Roseback. So I mean, it was a group of like very young people. I mean, the people that I was with are people that enjoy your live, your envy, your views, your rich. That type. But when we got there, because Indawo Corner has a downstairs and an upstairs. So we was upstairs. And downstairs, there were also like young people like us, but they were listening to live jazz music. And it looked like they were having so much fun because they were singing along, they were clapping along, they were everything you could think of that we do at Envy or Rich, you know? And it was a vibe. You could tell these people are having so much fun. And then upstairs, there were also tables. And I realized, Uguti, there was a group of people right across us that were celebrating someone's birthday. So when they brought the cake, it was a small anyana cake. And those guys were having wine, but we were still in the same setup. We were having bottles, yes, but they were having wine. Nice table. They had a waiter. The table, they're having wine, small cake. They sang happy birthday. They drank their wine, enjoyed. They were treated the same, right? When people say things like that, I feel like it's because if you really want to go out in Durban and have a good time, then it means, Uguti,
You have to buy bottles.
you need to spend a certain amount. Not everyone wants to go out and listen to amapiano, hip hop, R&B, or whatever the case is. You get people that actually want to go out, have wine, listen to jazz or live music, but at a setup that is actually popping. You don't want there to be a situation now where you want to go out and see people and have a good time. You still want to go to a place where it's popping, but I mean, fine, someone next to me might be popping bottles and I might be enjoying. Because like, even when you are celebrating a birthday, I feel like there's a certain standard. Because had it been here, it's a to because there are places where you go out in Durban and they tell you for you to sit here, you must spend X amount of cash.
Sure.
But I find that in Johannesburg, like you still go out to a place where you are not subjected to spend X amount, but still have a good time and listen to what you want. That's what I think people mean when they say there aren't many options, because literally there's the same thing, same vibe. You go to spot number 1, same DJ, you are going to find a spot number 2.
But now, what's wrong with Nduey? And we're saying
no, there's nothing wrong, but okay. I'm saying, Uguti, for me to go out, I still want to go out on Florida Road, where everyone goes to, where I might bump into you and ask you where you off to, and you tell me you're going to. And I say, no, you know, it's still the Florida Road that is popping, but it's not the same thing, because you circulate the same DJs.
Sure, and I get that. So that's okay, but why does it with Florida all the time? For example, now
No, you're missing the point. It's not really about Florida Road.
No,
I'm just saying.
It's the crowd they cater for.
No, but I get what you're saying. I'm saying it's okay. It's come back to okay, but why is I'm in down there? Some coining as well now. Isn't a vibe?
Easy.
Well, Devonport alone is a vibe as well.
But still, Devonport and Nakon and do. What music do you find?
Every kind of music.
Because when you say every kind of music, fine. Amsterdam. Like, okay, we're Amsterdam, right? Amsterdam does not allow, but it's a sport where you need to be a certain kind of person.
Nope,
for
not.
you. No, I need to
that's the thing, but you'll never know if you don't explore. Yeah, but you can't keep going to the same places and not get bored. You can't. Yeah, guys, take for me for example, guys, I go corner and I figure corner. Marsh ngiyafika, Ntuzo manana ngiyafika, Devonport, South Beach akukho la ngiyakhona. That's what I mean, angeke ngikhale mina ngithi okay, iTheku esibhekwa guys kubaleni shintsha umoya. You can't keep going to the same spots and not be bored. Awushintsha umoya nje. Uthi okay uzoya eEmpire new spot. Just check it out nje. Just check it out for the night. Ubone uzoba nani. Nayi O'Brien nje like just tone it down. Akenshaya nje ubhiya nje oyiwayini. Why does we my bottle all the time in champagne? Shintsha umoya. Yabo. Because that's how it is. The same North Kid you'll find go Rosebank Center.
Okay, maybe
uzomthola eBram.
Okay,
Kitchen
maybe
is a great
okay.
Day.
But maybe also Hlampe, the topic of Johannesburg people being more open-minded.
Yeah.
As opposed to Durban people also comes to play. Because because you are more open-minded, like you can gel everywhere, because you are that. When are you kunabantu who are actually wired abazi bebe phuma Funny baila.
Something about that, I'll tell you why. Well, you should still be open-minded. Sometimes, guys, you know what I mean? I get people who ask me,
But why man uzehlisa if you're going out? Nobody.
No, but I'm saying, no, I'm not saying.
I might want to go out, spend my money, uzehlisa for what?
No, I'm using uzehlisa. Example, it's okay. I mean, I get people who ask me, I will save views. I'm not guys.
Spaces that they don't expect you in.
Exactly, guys.
So do you feel like when you go out to those places, uzehlisile?
Ngathini? No. I mean, angizehlisa mina. Igmina. Khona abantu abangafuni ukubona le ndaweni. So that's a fact futhi. Khona umuntu angafuni ukubona lo Bryant because already it's a standard it's okay no mina. It's either ngise views or ngise reach or ngise live. And yabashaya pressure. Wewe mthole umuntu njengami mina I don't mind. Again I could be anywhere. Mina ngayikokhozi mina South Beach. I have no issue. I don't mind. Ngibonakala sure. Grand.
Yeah, because you're more open-minded.
Yabo. No, so when open-minded siya ngisho mina guys. In nice time iyonke indawo. In nice time it's not about popping bottles alone. Yabo. Oh, and you know actually with amateur tag as well. We've created this culture which okay njabo create Fridays. Sihlale egcini sishaya ikesi. The Heineken.
Oh, that's it.
Ayikho inkinga nafuna lapho. Hlale egcini nje ushaya ikesi. Mase Saturday siyaphuma ke sesiya ko live so juxuza ke yonke lento le. Friday nje sihlale egcini ushaya ikesi. Lelo bodla lelo sihlwane kamnandi ayikho inkinga. No one's putting pressure on you to be at the club from Friday to Sunday, Friday to Monday. No. So you find no pressure there. And then you go to the same place and then you get
but like
bored.
am I still gonna get the nice aesthetics that I get at live if I go to
yeah, but we don't find my aesthetic.
And there we go. And if that's cool aesthetic. And even from snapper in. Benenz before Instagram.
Who wants to go out without snapping? Do it's 2021.
No.
Actually me.
Yeah, there's people who don't snap very
What
well.
about you? I mean, be honest, from Johannesburg, you've been in Durban for a long time. Wow,
And
how's
all
the
those places that
how's the
he
nightlife?
mentioned,
Yeah.
all those I've never been to those places. I don't know. I haven't explored much of the nightlife here in Durban.
Why? Because it's boring.
No, it's not boring. I haven't.
You know what's crazy? It's the same trouble people who come here and be like, hey, Teg was popping. Yo, I love Rich. What should I do? Wara.
Because our bottles are cheaper, that's why.
Is it?
Yeah, they are. But I mean, any type of guys, the environment is ehlukile.
Yeah. It's always nice to groove in Nduey where people are just ehlukile nje.
Yo, guys. Mina ngiyazi guys, I never been full shower moya from your Florida or whatever. Angihluphi, ngivele ngijingila elo Durban Port. Or even Hillcrest. Zikhona indawo. Yabona even umhlangano was popping. And umuntu uzongitshela ukuthi okay nomhlanga uyabheda it's boring. They must get out. Abahambe. Yabo umhlanga right now. Actually ngisemhlanga on Sunday because yabo be pub called on Monday.
Where umhlanga?
Yabo nje uChatwe nje. Hayi bese steak in early. Tavern yabelungu lana. Yabo but it's popping. That whole strip is popping. Yabo. For someone says oh no it's a board, I have no options. Come on, guys. Yabo that strip. Legacy yacht now, which is popping from Monday from Friday to Sunday. Or just give it a few months. I just feel like as Durbanites, like we always find something to complain about. It's either
that's just people in general, not just Durbanites.
Okay, fair. Yeah, but and they'll be like, hey, Svikela Payana and EVAP being gecko. Oh, okay.
Are there people that still look for VIP in 2021?
Yeah, but
what is this, a concert?
Being a VIP. Or the futhi misikhona futhi akunenkulumo ayingeke bekhona iVIP nje and it just killed the whole vibe abantu bagcina bethi kuyabhola kwiVIP kuyangabhola iVIP ngoba wonke umuntu uyayitshela kwiVIP.
Nah, but I still feel like
no, sorry. Yabo Good Sunday for example. Oh guys, Good Sunday between 2014 to 2013 to 15 and there was a time where Tina we would kill yabo general esithanda general yabo. But now it got to a point where Good Sunday was just too much now. Because it checked out about the whole of Durban, every crowd from every man. So it generally became so hectic or like general man just too much. But
too much in what sense?
It was just rowdy. And many are called it, but it's called a culture, my phone. People talk to my phone. It just became too much. I'm like, nah, it's not anymore. So that's slides. VIP.
Is it still around, Pelil?
Sunday, I circle, yabo. But if it's at the end of the year, New Year's, yabo. So, hey guys, I just feel like, guys, I mean, I just feel like people are never happy. Yabo. But I personally, I don't do, I won't lie. Getting Kali get taken, but like I know, taking their board and some of the nightlife, guys. If that's the case, then we wouldn't be tweeting about the night, about the day after. It's popping. You know.
But if you pay attention, it's the very same people that tweet. Like you never find new people tweeting. You know, Wuti, whoever saying Durban was popping or this part was popping is a very same person who was telling us about some other party last week. So basically, it's the same people.
But also, like
options. We need options. We need options in Durban. Options,
you need
please.
options. Heazy, remember when I said I wanted to start DJing and playing music, and then I suggested a few genres, and you're like, no, but you won't get as many bookings with that as you would with this. So then how? Because in Joburg, I've got friends who are in like my age group, and they play jazz. They play that neo soul. They play that that nice, and they still get the bookings.
There's a market.
So because there's a market for it. So also Durban doesn't have options because. People are scared to try new things here where you see what people enjoy here.
It needs to make sense for the owner, because if you want to come through and say, hey, I want to come here and start playing jazz, I mean, the owner is going to weigh his options and be on some, okay, if I play amapiano, I can get 100 people in, but if I play jazz, 20.
Yeah.
So you always go where your bread is buttered.
Yeah, obviously, but now playing jazz from Monday to Friday. You have those designated
But
days.
there are sports like that in Johannesburg where there's jazz from Monday to Friday to Sunday. And they're still killing it.
Yeah, but equal guys, it's so diverse. One community around the country, that's a goal.
Actually.
And so we can't really compare equal now. Whereas we know, like here in Durban, it's majority.
I went to a place called The Beach. There's a place called The Beach in Johannesburg. Because it was late and also I was just drunk. But basically, the whole setup, not to say beach, like chairs, everything. No, it's cute. It's very cute. It's a like a sport, but one thing I noticed, Picard was there, actually was playing. But basically, that they were playing house, deep house. But like, honestly, like next to us, there was a group of Indian people. And I think at some point I saw Chinese people. As well. And I saw black people, and I said, there's Guti, hardly in Durban, you go out, you see.
There we go.
Like, for a fact, if I walk in here, I'm going to. I think the one spot where you can still see like different race groups is Amsterdam.
Yeah.
But now corner Futi.
It's slowly starting.
Hey, we are taking over now.
Yeah, no,
because Ndu went there and he took a snap, and people all said, there's a place called Amsterdam. Yeah. So that's why there's more black people.
However, guys, actually, to actually battle the thing is Shilo, I'll be fair for Nakon. I understand when people say there are no options. You know why? Because we're not bound to monopolize entertainment like TV. And that is why we will never have as many options.
I think that's a story for another day.
No.
Maybe we should have someone.
No. I quite the day. Like, all I'm saying is, guys, there's so many kids who are creative and they're coming with new stuff. I think I will out to TJ like Freedom Cafe, Serenity. Oh, what a beautiful vibe. What a beautiful. When I tell you it's okay, when I got there, I'm out time, or PJ and whatnot. I'm saying it's okay. When I got there, different crowd. And you don't at the big all this time. Yeah, bro. And then we speak about, we're seeing the same faces. Guys, I tell right now, it's not even a promo for it, guys. I tell right now, look out for Serenity, the standby Altitude TJ. I tell right now. That's the next thing, like when I feel. Yeah, but if it's okay,
but now it's not a problem if you go there and you and your boys go there.
Why?
Because you guys are going to attract the very same people that they are trying to run away from.
Hey, and you talk food, Leo food team. Yeah, but and see, Sean, it's okay. About the cry, it's okay. We have no options. Yeah, but hey, I feel he's in the establishment. We same thing or whatever. I feel I snap. I shoot it, Jack. You go like work. Bamboos. Oh, where's this? I should put it. I send down. No. Next weekend. That's all. bakhaleka abantu uthi hey bayona ke le ndawo yabo in perfect place yabo ilo I 1904
Yeah.
perfect example
Kloof.
aw mina I won't lie
You ruined the place.
no I don't know the place I feel like mina ngayikhave sa right yabo type of thing and then as time went by manje manje kusafana
Isiphithiphithi-nyana
manje sinamabheluni manje yabo ogele to the mountain Mese yokusnap abafethu.
I think so.
Mawusnap ungatheki. Mekubuza umuntu ukuthi ikephi uthi ala idozi uphume kena. Uphume kena. Ayibonile le. So yeah, aba guys mina online mina personally ngekhale ngetheku. Itheku has a potential to be great. Kunje bafethu mina siyokumona stop monopolizing the local entertainment. And so right now you'll see the difference.
Yeah. So our numbers are going down. COVID, things are starting to get back to normalish, but it's so weird that India, one of their numbers are going up, but yet we're still allowing them to travel into the country like nothing is happening.
And Uzuli lo status in India. India they've hit the 20 million mark. That's a third of our population. So nje India nje babuthi akuyanyiwa. Yabo nto leyo.
Kodwa sabavumela ukuthi beze.
They've had to cancel the IPL as well
Yeah, that's how bad it is.
in the Premier League.
Yabo. Kodwa phela mina I don't see phela India manje iwayipheka. I mean there's 1.4 billion people in India. So population wise basa right, but I'm not saying it's right, but yeah, 20 million guys in one country. That's insane.
And okay, when are you comfortable with the fact that they're still allowed to come in? Do you feel like
of course
South
I'm
Africa
not.
should have certain restrictions?
They should.
But we don't do well with restrictions. Asina gate, asina fence, asina net. It's just
Yeah, because South Africa is a free country.
Yeah.
Like
No concern.
I feel like everybody can just come in here and do whatever they want. Which is
that's how free our country is for the rest of the world.
This is why I feel like we have issues where even Amatak shop aselokishini, not so long ago, like 2-3 years ago, there was a huge strike where tuck shop owners in the township were complaining about Somalis coming through to open a tuck shop, Pakistan coming through to open a tuck shop, and they're basically taking everyone. Because, well, if you are going to sell a sinkwa for 18 rand, Bonabas Days for 10 rand. And I mean, as a person, if you go to buy bread, so 10 rand, because Bonang is into Sabaz and they're able to say like fake stuff, you know. There was a huge cry, and they're actually asking for the government to step in and intervene because these guys are basically taking over everything. Most shops, like Emma Mola Con, I think Guamashi Station, shopping center, majority of the people that own Itolo is Chinese people. Because they are allowed to, you know. If we are best, they basically taking over because they are allowed to. Now, I honestly don't see how our president or our government is going to start now doing like crazy changes into like people can't come into the country and so on and so forth. No, people are still going to come in and out of South Africa. They
Why
are.
are they not at least trying to stop flights or something of that sort? Like at least try
Something dramatic needs to happen before they decide, because I mean this person got in here and I'm not
No,
sure.
uqale Kingsway.
Yeah.
From Kingsway wire Ecos Albert.
You see.
So
So
because now guys I feel like I mean I'm not saying it's okay but the numbers went down or whatever. We know it's okay now numbers are some but I feel like for a country like okay, you know, we had a wave like and I feel like now things are just calm. What was so umuntu le Mumbai? Ebizo bani? Awuhlangani kini? Kushubile emhlabeni when you still traveling across the world. Why? Yabo, manje one fool will jeopardize the whole country. Back to square one, man. People lose jobs again. Young guys, I just feel like when abantu abathatha serious at the COVID. Yabo na my own like guys. Level 5, those jokes and all. Well, yes, but we'll joke, but about just kubusu and stuff, yabo. But then you humble okay, I know. This shit is serious.
Dying, yeah.
Like I won't lie. Like last year, we lost so many bags between September and December. I know, guys.
It should be.
It should be.
Yeah.
It should be there. Yeah, and it's unfair, guys. It's okay, and I don't want to go too deep. Yeah, but now you have abantu who work in entertainment, yeah, who are dependent on gigs, who are dependent on a crowd of people. Yeah, and now that's what's happening because COVID. Yeah, and people take that lightly. Whereas abanye abantu emsebenzi yabo it will always be secure. Yeah, type of thing, because it doesn't infringe, because I'm a regulations or whatnot. Yeah, so at level 5, like we didn't think to that scale. Yeah, and just want to okay, I know into serious. Yeah,
but also you have to question yourself. I'm sorry, Wuti. How do you leave a country and get to another country with COVID? Like, also, were you alone in this plane?
Definitely not.
Sure,
there's also that question because you were with people in this plane. So yes, we detected this whole thing going, but what about the other people that were on that plane? Who's going to track them down and make sure that they are all tested?
Okay, a smaller move, just rewind a bit. Also, figure airport. Why were these people screened or whatever about temperatures down?
No, but sometimes the issue of temperature is.
Yeah, no, sometimes it doesn't show.
No, guys, I get that, but there has to be some kind of drastic measures that are taken at airports, especially if you're traveling abroad. Especially if it's domestic, sure, but international flight, you go to another country.
I think the best option is to value.
No, you're going to value.
Here's the thing, ungahamba your tester izolo or tank, and then I'm after like 48 hours, 2 days, and they come out negative. But within the 2 days waiting for my results, you probably got it.
No, I get that. I'm saying to imagine, but there has to be okay. I value your manager, and this guy ends up but I'm saying to at the airport, especially international flights, there has to be some kind of drastic measures that have to be taken before unganolo diesel. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, there are measures, obviously.
They're clearly not enough.
If you are traveling, no, Fred. That's why I was making an example. Loguti, when you travel, you need to obviously. Produce your results that show that you are negative. But here's my thing, like you go test it today, you go get your test, and then it comes out after like a day or two, and then it tells you that you are negative. Obviously now you qualify for an international flight. But within these 2 days or a day, you waiting for those results, you probably get it, right? But nobody knows because
you've got your negative.
You've got your negative, and you get to the airport.
Nope.
They try to take your temperature, and it doesn't show. You get on the flight, and then you come. That's why I say the best thing: no results, no temperature check, value.
Yeah, fair. And I hear what you're saying. It's human error, sure. Not a human error, job. You constantly go to okay, you test that negative, and then between those 2 days before somehow you get it. I'm just saying, guys, COVID and 2019, surely by now that's with advanced technology. It was also kind of temperature say the moon to 88 degrees. Sack, I bought it in. I was to come type of thing. Is useless.
Very
useless.
Where they don't use that at the airport.
But that's what I'm saying. It's okay.
Those screens of theirs.
That's what I'm saying. Sure, those screens have to be advanced. And it's okay. No, you can detect a slight change in temperature. Type of thing. But it's okay. Because guys, men was by messenger they can sniff drugs from fucking layers and layers and layers of bags. Uhlolo the technology. Ekwazi ukulokhuza, ukwazi ukulokhuza umzimba. Uhlolo umzimba. It's okay. No. Temperature wise, you're not good. Step aside. Because again, these guns, they're useless. I just feel like it's a formality. I just say it's okay, no. We measure the temperature and they're fine. The temperature I am 36.2 all the time. All the time. Constantly. Because they were more bad at Pele. I had just eyeball. 36.2 I was bad before. Something's wrong. I can't. No.
Hi, and that's how we get to the end of the HNL Podcast. Thank you so much for joining us yet again.
Sorry, before you validate them, Sasha, because I'm serious. Sasha, they didn't tell us about all patient zero last time. It's only fair now to law. Lomlisa law, put me in the address, but let's put you because this can't happen again. Someone has to be held accountable. Someone.
I think it's going to happen.
Make sure
we're already preparing for lockdown in July.
Don't even say
August. It's going to happen.
No,
it's going to happen.
No, what by a time they like all of this.
It's going to happen because this person wasn't traveling alone on that plane. It's done.
And it's always KZN.
It's done.
The first time KZN it's Midlands.
Maybe that's how it starts. It's meant to start.
Meant to. Should go back home
Everything
then.
about this COVID is just dodgy.
God for us all, good for himself. My fair to be safe, sanitize, take the drastic measures you need to take. But otherwise, guys, I got to go shuba.
Inshallah.
So yeah. Kunzima.
Don't forget to comment, share, like, and subscribe. We'll be back again with another episode on social media at the Lu and
Nduey Escobar.
And Heazy SA.
And we are the PNL. Sorry, PNL? No.
HNL.
Podcast.
What is this piano thing? What else are you working on?
Yo, guys.
Easy.
You know, I'm still a bit
That's what's up.
something again. But yeah, guys, thank you so much. Comments will be appreciated. So yeah.
Showcase.